Our first question is why the ocean and seas are so important to us. The oceans and seas are important to us because they produce oxygen for us. Over 70% of the oxygen we breathe comes from the ocean. The ocean absorbs carbon dioxide. Over 30% of the carbon dioxide emissions from human activities are absorbed by the ocean. The ocean regulates the climate of the Earth. Oceans play an important role in regulating global climate, temperature, and weather patterns. Rainfall, flooding, and drought can be affected by the ocean. Oceans are the world's largest ecosystems. Several animals live in oceans, serving as food sources for many people. These are only a few reasons the sea and oceans are important to us. The greatest challenge for humanity today is climate change, which has caused many problems particularly on oceans and seas. Generally, climate change has 5 important effects on the sea and ocean. 1. An increase in the surface water temperature. 2. The polar ice is melting. 3. The rising sea levels. 4. Changes in water's physical properties, ocean currents, and circulation. 5. The chemistry of seawater is being affected by climate change. Some of these negative effects may be more tangible to us than others, particularly water acidification or water level changes. This is mainly because acidification of the oceans leads to the death of fish, whales, and many other aquatic animals. The melting of polar ice will result in some islands and countries going underwater due to rising sea levels. How do you think the Caspian Sea will be affected by climate change? Due to its closed basin and lack of connection with other waters, the Caspian Sea is particularly vulnerable to the effects of climate change. As a result, climate change in the Caspian Sea can be extremely destructive. Changes in the Caspian Sea's level are one of the most significant effects of climate change. Compared with the open ocean, the Caspian Sea level is usually between -27 and -28 meters. However, it has always been subject to sinusoidal fluctuations at different times. The Caspian Sea experienced a sharp decrease in water levels from 1930 to 1941, about 14 centimeters per year. A gradual decline in the water level occurred between 1940 and the late 1950s. During the 1960s, the Caspian Sea experienced relative stability in its fluctuation process, and the water level was approximately -27.5 meters. Since 1970, the water level has decreased sharply, and in 1977, it was at its lowest point, approximately -28.2 meters. There was an overall decrease in sea level of 3.2 meters from the beginning of the 20th century to 1977. Over the past 2 decades, the Caspian Sea's water level has decreased by 1.5 meters. In recent years, there has been an average annual decrease of 7 centimeters. According to climate models, the level of the Caspian Sea will decrease by 9 to 18 meters by the end of the 21st century. Thus, 23 to 34% of the Caspian Sea's area will be lost over the next 80 years, particularly the northern basin, Garabag-Azkal Gulf, and the eastern part of the Iranian coast. There are several reasons for this decrease, including an increase in air temperature, evaporation, and a decrease in river runoff, particularly the Volga River. Caspian Sea surface temperatures are also expected to rise due to climate change. From 1982 to 2012, the surface temperature of the Caspian Sea has been increasing. The temperature in the South Caspian, Middle Caspian, and North Caspian is increasing by 0.07, 0.09, and 0.1 degrees Celsius per year, respectively. There has been an average increase in temperature of 0.5 degrees over the past decade. As the temperature and evaporation change, other important effects will occur that are far more important. At the end of this century, the salinity of the Caspian Sea will most likely to increase. Acidification of the Caspian Sea will likely occur due to an increase in temperature and salinity. There is a danger of extinction of many aquatic organisms in the Caspian due to these conditions. As a result of global warming, changes in wind patterns can be observed in the Caspian Sea, leading to changes in waves and currents. The latest meteorological data shows that there has been an increase in storms in the Caspian Sea in recent years. We witness irregular weather systems in the Caspian Sea and near its coasts due to climate change. These are all warnings that climate change is a serious issue. This lake shows the effects of climate change earlier as it is a landlocked water basin, and thus the effects of climate change are more destructive on the Caspian Sea. It is expected that all governments and people surrounding the Caspian Sea will strive to protect it.